Hello dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. आज कोर 5 पेपर थर्ड सेमिस्टर पिलांकर इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन गोटे डिस्कसन करवा. इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन गोटे रही डिस्कस द टाइप्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन एंड व्हाट आर द स्केल्स ऑफ मेजरमेंट एंड इवैल्यूएशन. जो स्केल्स रही चारिटा स्केल सेटा करवा एवं डिफरेंस बिटवीन फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन एंड प्लेस डायग्नोस्टिक इवैल्यूएशन. तेणु यही सब क्वेश्चन रही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन सब जाक ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. तेणु पिलाने वीडियो को आरंभ शेष पर्यंत देखिए फॉर्मेटिव एंड समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन भितर डिफरेंस. तेणु तापर रही डिस्कस द स्केल्स ऑफ मेजरमेंट विथ देयर क्लासिफिकेशन फंक्शंस. तेणु वीडियो को आरंभ शेष पर्यंत देखिए कौट स्किप करिवो नहीं एवं भल भाव नोट प्रिपेयर करदो फॉर योर एग्जाम. ताहले चलो वीडियो स्टार्ट करवा. तेणु डिस्कस द टाइप्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन बा क्वेश्चन मध्य एमती आसीपे जे व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन. तेणु टाइप्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन रे कौन लिखे प्रथम इंट्रोडक्शन लिखिबो तापर गोटे गोटे की टाइप्स लिखिबो. जे टाइप्स होची चारि प्रकार प्लेसमेंट फॉर्मेटिव डायग्नोस्टिक एंड समेटिव. पिला माने तुमरो डैश पूर्ण रे मध्य आसीपारे बा शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन एक मार्क रे आसीपारे बा 1.5 एवं जो रही 2 मार्क आंसर 3 नंबर क्वेश्चन रे तमर जो आसुची जे चारिटा जाक टाइप्स मध्य पढ़ी पारे. जदि एक मार्किया पढ़ो एक नंबर रे जे डैश इज द फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन एमती मध्य आसीपारे. तेणु टाइप्स गुड़ाक चारिटा जाक टाइप को सीरियली सिक्वेन्शियली ठीक भाव में मन रखिथव. तेणु ये जो क्वेश्चन आज डिस्कसन करवा ये निश्चिंत गोटे पढ़ला भाया क्वेश्चन. तेणु वीडियो को भल भाव में देखिए और नोट प्रिपेयर करनब. तेणु जो मैंने मो वीडियो रे नुआ अच्छ से मैंने सब्सक्राइब करन तेणु दयाक वीडियो सब्सक्राइब करदेव एवं तुम सांग मान पाक सेयार करदेव. ताहले चलो देखिए व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन. तेणु इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसीजर कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज इन मेनी वेज, but one of the important way of classification is according to the use in the classroom instruction. According to their functional roles in the classroom, evaluation can be classified and arranged sequentially as following. According to their functional roles in the classroom कहले क्लासरूम रे जो भली कौन करा जाए इवैल्यूएशन रो व्यवहार रही ताको से अनुसार ही क्लासिफिकेशन करा जायछि. तेणु तार सिक्वेन्सी मध्य रही से सिक्वेन्सी गुड़िक हूँ फास्ट हूँ कौन ना प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन, सेकेंड हूँ फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन, थर्ड इज डायग्नोस्टिक इवैल्यूएशन एंड फोर्थ इज समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन. लेट्स नाउ फर्स्ट डिस्कस व्हाट इज प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन. तेणु प्लेसमेंट कहले कौन ना पिला माने तुम मैंने जानी पड़ता प्लेसमेंट माने हूँ कौन ना तार मीनिंग तार वर्ड रो मीनिंग रो ही जानी परिबो जे प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन कहले कौन. Now the placement evaluation is designed to measure the entry performance of the pupils. Entry performance कहले कौन ना गोटे क्लास को पिलाटे जीवा पूर्व जो एंट्रेंस टेस्ट गुड़िक हुए से गुड़िक हूँ कौन प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन. The main purpose of the placement evaluation is to place the right person in the right place. The future success of the instructional process depends on the success of the placement evaluation because it chooses the persons with the right aptitude and attitude for particular instruction. When a pupil is to undertake a new instruction, it is essential to know the answer of the following questions. तेणु कहले right to the aim of this placement evaluation is to place the right person in the right place. को भलिया पिला को भलिया पाठ पढ़िया पई एलिजिबल ताको चूज करवा का द्वारा ना प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन द्वारा. तेणु को भाया क्वेश्चन आसता है ना डज द पीपुल पजेसेस रिक्वायर्ड नॉलेज एंड स्किल्स फॉर द इंस्ट्रक्शन. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इज व्हेदर द पीपुल हैज ऑलरेडी मास्टर्ड सम ऑफ द इंस्ट्रक्शनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स और नॉट. थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज व्हेदर द मोड ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन इज सुइटेबल टू पीपुल्स इंटरेस्ट वर्क हैबिट्स एंड पर्सनल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. देन सो इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ द pupils answers all these above questions and helps the teacher to decide whether to start instruction. The teacher requires to use of a variety of techniques, pre-test on course objectives, etc. The chief aim of the placement evaluation is to know the position of the pupil in the instructional sequence and to place him in that position so that maximum result can be achieved. प्लेसमेंट इवाल्युएशन एग्जांपल रही कौन ना व्हाट आर द एग्जांपल एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट सेल्फ रिपोर्टिंग टेक्निक्स ऑब्जर्वेशनल टेक्निक्स जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन फॉर इंजीनियरिंग जो जेई परीक्षा सब होची ऑल इंडिया प्री मेडिकल टेस्ट दीज आर ऑल प्लेसमेंट इवाल्युएशन सेकंड पॉइंट सेकंड टाइप ऑफ इवाल्युएशन इज सेकेंडटा हूँ कौन ना फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन पे देख यहाँ हूँ फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन इज यूज ड्यूरिंग द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस केतबेले होता है ना ड्यूरिंग द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस जितेबाला टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेसटा कौन होता है कंटिन्यू करें तेणु यहाँ भल भाव मन रखिद फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन ये पॉइंटा हूँ वेरी इंपोर्टाट पॉइंट तेणु फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन केतबेले होता है यहाँ तुम शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आसीपे डैश पूरण आसीपे डैश इवाल्युएशन इज यूज ड्यूरिंग द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस ये ड्यूरिंग टू है ड्यूरिंग द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस इट हेल्प्स द स्टूडेंट्स and teacher to identify the immediate learning difficulties. Formative evaluation enables the teacher to ascertain the pupil's progress in a particular unit. He evaluates the learning outcomes at the end of each unit and on the basis of its findings he can modify the methods, techniques and devices of teaching to provide better learning experiences. The teacher can also modify the instructional objectives. तेणु formative evaluation है कौन ना the most important tips for formative evaluation is it is used during the teaching learning process and it helps the teacher the student and the teacher to identify the immediate learning difficulties जे पिला मानकर कौन learning problems रही ताकू find out करिया पई formative evaluation ही व्यवहार करा जाता है Formative evaluation is designed to provide feedback to the learners for improvement of their self-learning. Formative evaluation requires a specially prepared test for each unit of a course or each chapter of a textbook. The formative evaluation may be weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. unit-wise. The formative evaluation can be summarized under following headings. The first point is formative evaluation helps in determining the most appropriate method or instructional material for learning for a particular group of learners. Second is placement function. Formative evaluation enables the teacher in finding out the position of an individual learner in curriculum and from where he has to start learning. Then what is the nature of a formative evaluation? The nature of formative evaluation can be expressed as under. First point is formative evaluation is carried on during the teaching learning process. Second is results are instantly available to the learners. Third point is discovers the immediate learning difficulties of the learners. Fourth point is it is generally used as a teacher made test. Fifth point is formative evaluation is to provide feedback. तेणु यही पांचटा जाक पॉइंट पिला माने तुमको मन रखा पड़ो तेणु जेकोसी गोटे पॉइंट पढ़ी तार सर्ट क्वेश्चन आसीपे डैश पूरण आसीपे सर्ट क्वेश्चन आसीपे व्हिच इवाल्युएशन इज यूज्ड टू प्रोवाइड फीडबैक एमती आसीपे एग्जांपल्स ऑफ फॉर्मेटिव इवाल्युएशन यूनिट टेस्ट मंथली टेस्ट पीरियोडिकल टेस्ट एंड टीचर्स ऑब्जर्वेशन दीज आर ऑल फॉर्मेटिव evaluation. Third type of evaluation is diagnostic evaluation. What is diagnostic evaluation? Diagnostic evaluation is an essential tool for a teacher to diagnose strengths, weaknesses and areas of need in students. It involves the gathering careful evaluation of detailed data using students' knowledge and skills in given learning area. Diagnostic evaluation is more comprehensive and detailed than of the formative evaluation. Than of the formative evaluation. In order to diagnose the learning difficulties, it uses specially designed diagnostic tests and various observational techniques. When the learning difficulties are acute in the case, service of a psychotherapist, psychological tests are required. The main objective of the evaluation is to determine the causes of the persistent learning problem that remain unsolved. जो diagnostic evaluation कौन पे व्यवहार है ना टू डायग्नोज द स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स कहले डायग्नोज माने कौन ना चिन्हट करवा जे पिला मानकर कौन प्रोब्लेम्स रोचे कहीं से रिजल्ट भल होनी ताको डायग्नोज करवा बा चिन्हट करवा होचे डायग्नोस्टिक इवाल्युएशन रो काम तापरे नेक्स्ट type of evaluation is summative evaluation. Summative evaluation is used to determine how far the instructional objectives have been achieved. It comes at the end of the course. It comes at the end of the course. Summative evaluation is used to evaluate students' learning, skill acquisition, and academic achievement as a defined instructional period at the end of the project course, semester, or school year. Summative evaluation is characterized as assessment of learning, whereas formative evaluation is assessment for learning. Summative evaluation is evaluative. It is to determine learning progress and achievement, evaluate the effectiveness of educational programs, measure progress towards improvement goal, or make course placement decision. The main objective of the summative evaluation is to assign grades to the pupils. Thus, the function of the summative evaluation can be crediting, certifying, promoting, and diagnostic. ତେଣୁ ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଇଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ମନେ ରଖିଥିବ। ସମେଟିଭ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ କ'ଣ ହେଇଥାଏ ନା ଏଇଠି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆସିପାରେ ଏଇ ଲାଇନ୍ଟାରେ ଦେଖ ଯେ ଡ୍ୟାସ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଟୁ ଆସାଇନ୍ ଗ୍ରେଡ୍ସ ଟୁ ଦି ପିପୁଲ୍। ପିପୁଲ୍କି ଗ୍ରେଡ୍ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବାରେ କେଉଁ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରାଯାଏ। ତେଣୁ ସର୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇଥିରୁ ହେଇପାରିବ। ତୁମମାନେ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ଯଦି ମାଇଣ୍ଡଫୁଲି ପଢ଼ିବ ତାହେଲେ ସର୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ କରିପାରିବ। ତାପରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଭେରି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଇଜ୍ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ବିଟୱିନ୍ ଫର୍ମେଟିଭ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସମେଟିଭ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍। ତୁମମାନେ ଯଦି ଟାଇପ୍ସ ଅଫ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ପଢ଼ିବ ତାହେଲେ ତୁମମାନେ ଏଇ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସଟାକୁ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ କରିପାରିବ। ତାହେଲେ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ବିଟୱିନ୍ ଫର୍ମେଟିଭ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସମେଟିଭ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍। Michael Serivan in his essay Methodology of Evaluation for the first time used the term formative evaluation and summative evaluation. We can summarize the differences between the two terms as under. Formative evaluation and summative evaluation. First point is formative evaluation is assessment for learning. First point is summative evaluation. Summative evaluation is assessment of learning. Second point is formative evaluation is used during the teaching learning process, but summative evaluation is used after the course completion. गोटे कोर्स एंड होला पर ही समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन करा जाय थाए। थर्ड पॉइंट इज इट इज डेवलपमेंटल इन नेचर। इट्स एम इज टू इम्प्रूव स्टूडेंट्स लर्निंग एंड टीचर्स टीचिंग, बट इन समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन इट इज टर्मिनल इन नेचर। इट्स पर्पज इज टू इवैल्यूएट स्टूडेंट्स अचीवमेंट। कहीं जिते गोटे कोर्स पढ़ा सरुची बा गोटे यूनिट पढ़ा सरुची बा गोटे चैप्टर पढ़ा सरुची सेतेबेले ही समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन करा जाए। नेक्स्ट the test items are prepared from limited content area in formative evaluation, but in summative evaluation the test items are prepared from whole content area. Next point is it helps to know to what extent the instructional objectives has been achieved, but in summative evaluation it helps the teacher to know the effectiveness of the instructional procedure. Next point is it provides feedback to the teacher to modify the methods and to prescribe remedial works, but in summative evaluation it helps the teacher to know the effectiveness of the instructional procedure. Next, only few skills can be tested in this evaluation in formative evaluation, but large number of skills can be tested in the summative evaluation. Next point is it is continuous and regular process. किए ना फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन इज कंटिन्यूअस एंड रेगुलर प्रोसेस, बट समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस और रेगुलर प्रोसेस, ओनली कम्स आफ्टर ए स्पेसिफिक इंस्ट्रक्शनल पीरियड. फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन considers evaluation as a process, but summative evaluation considers evaluation as a product. Formative evaluation answers to the question whether the progress of the student in a unit is successful, but summative evaluation answers to the question the degree to which the students have mastered the course content. Next is examples. Examples of formative evaluation are assessing projects and performances, giving writing assignments, giving tests, asking questions and observation in the classroom. Summative evaluation examples are a senior rectival, a final project, a mid-term examination, a paper, final test conducted by state and central boards. Then the most important question is discuss the scales of measurement with their classifications and functions. What are the scales of measurement? The answer is measurement occupies an important place in the field of teaching learning process. Measurement is the process by which observations are translated into numbers. According to Stevens, a scale always refers to measurement. To F. and Kallinger, a scale as a set symbols or numerals so constructed that the symbols or numerals can be assigned by rule to the individual. The widely used scales of measurement are Stevens scales of measurement, classified into following. There are 4 types of scales of measurement according to Stevens. ଏଇଟା ପିଲାମାନେ ମନେ ରଖିଦେବେ ଏଇ ନାଁଟା. According to Stevens, there are 4 types of scales of measurement. The first is nominal or classificatory scale. Second is ordinal or ranking scale. Third is interval scale, and fourth is ratio scale. Let's now discuss what is nominal or classificatory scale. Nominal scale involves the placing of objects or individuals into categories which are qualitatively rather than quantitatively different. Sometimes number is used in the nominal measurement, but here the numbers do not have numerical value. Numbers are assigned in order to identify the categories. The numbers are assigned arbitrarily to categorize merely as labels or names. For example, players in a team are assigned such numbers. Players in a group may be given to labels on 1, 2, and 3, or A1, A2, and A3. Here, all the numbers of a category are assigned the same number, and no two categories are assigned the same number. For example, in preparing data for a computer, the 0 may be used to represent boys and 1 to represent girls. Here, both the numbers do not have a mathematical relationship and mathematical value, so that 1 is not greater than 0. So, numbers assigned to cricket players and football players are the example of a nominal scale. Here, numbers are used to identify the player. The number of observations in each category can be calculated chi-square, and mode can be calculated from data on nominal measurement. ତେଣୁ ପିଲାମାନେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ନୋମିନାଲ ବା କ୍ଲାସିଫିକେଟୋରୀ ସ୍କେଲ୍ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ ନା ନୋମିନାଲ ସ୍କେଲ୍ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ ନା ଯେଉଁଠି ନମ୍ବର ଆସାଇନ୍ କରାଯାଇଥାଏ ବଟ୍ ଦି ନମ୍ବର ହାଜ୍ ନୋ ଭ୍ୟାଲୁ. Next scale is ordinal or ranking scale. Ordinal scale represents the relative position of the individuals or objects with respect to certain attribute, but it does not indicate the distance between the positions. At this level, the essential requirement for measurement is an empirical criterion for ordering individuals, objects, or events with respect to attribute. Ordinal measurement requires that the object of a set can be rank ordered, define characteristic or property. When a teacher ranks his students on certain characteristics such as their social maturity, social ability, etc., are ordinal measurement. In an ordinal measurement, it involves only direct comparison of objects or individuals in terms of the extent to which they possess the attribute. The numbers in ordinal scale do not indicate absolute quantities, nor they indicate the intervals between the numbers are equal. When the numbers 1, 2, 3 are used as a ranking, there is no empirical distance between the rank 1 and 2 and 3. It may be same, less than, or greater than. A good example of ordinal measurement is race. Runners in a race are ranked as first, second, third, and so on. We can say that first runner is faster than the second runner, and the second runner is faster than the third runner. But we cannot say how much one is faster than the other. Here the difference between first and second and third may not be the same. In ordinal scale, statistical operations are limited because the intervals between the categories are not known. Statistical procedures can be worked out in ordinal scale are median, percentiles, rank difference correlation, along with statistical computations of a nominal scale. ତେଣୁ ଏଇ statistical प्रोसीजर व्यवहार करा जाए क्या ना ऑर्डिनल स्केल को कौन ना मीडियन परसेंटाइल्स रे रैंक डिफरेंस कोरिलेशन रे नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ स्केल ऑफ मेजरमेंट इज इंटरवल स्केल. What is interval scale? Now, interval scale possesses the characteristics of a nominal and ordinal scale. An interval scale is one that provides equal interval from arbitrary origin. Interval scale not only orders the individual objects or events according to the amount of attribute they represent, but also establishes equal intervals between the units of measurement. For example, we have measured 4 students on an interval scale and got the scores 75, 60, 50 and 35. Here it can be said that the difference between first and second is 15, third and fourth is 15. So the difference between first and second is equal to the difference between third and fourth. The Fahrenheit and centigrade thermometers are the examples of interval scale. We may assert that 20 degrees Celsius minus 25 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius, 45 degrees Celsius denotes difference between, but we cannot say 40 degrees Celsius is twice as hot as 20 degree Celsius. It is an arbitrary zero. If a student secures 0 in statistics test, we cannot say that the student has no knowledge in statistics, so that we cannot find or identify an individual with 0 achievement. Right with 0 achievement or intelligence. For example, 3 students have secured 20, 40 and 60 marks on a test of mathematics. We cannot say that 40 and 60 are twice or thrice of 20, or we cannot say 20 is half of the 40. এটা ପିଲାମାନେ এটা printing mistake ହେଇଛି, এটা 2p ହେଇଯାଇଛି, এটা ହେବ 20 is half of the 40. It is because 0 point is arbitrary. In the interval scale, only addition and subtraction is possible because of the equal distance, but multiplication or division is not possible because of the lack of a true 0 point. The statistical procedures based on addition and subtraction be used in interval scale. Statistical procedures like mean, standard deviation, product movement correlation. This is product movement correlation. Analysis of a variance, analysis of a covariance can be worked out from the data in the interval scale. So this is all about your interval scale. The next type of scale is ratio scale. What is ratio scale? Ratio scale provides a true 0 point along with equal intervals. Ratios can be formed between any two given values on this scale. Almost all physical measurements like meter, feet, liter, kilogram are ratio measurements. The origin in the scale is an absolute zero. Absolute zero means true zero. Here, 0 means a real 0 or no presence of the attribute or object. For example, when we say 0 gram means no weight at all, but in an interval scale, 0 degree Celsius temperature does not mean to temperature, no temperature. As there is a beginning of true 0 point in the ratio scale, so that we can say that a 5 feet long rope is half of the 10 feet long rope, or 10 feet long rope is twice as long as 5 feet long rope. এটা feet ହେବ ପିଲାମାନେ. So in ratio scale we can multiply or divide each of all values by certain number without changing the properties of the scale. For example, we can divide 500 centimeter by 5 to convert the measurement to 5 meter. So this is all about your scales of measurement. This is very important for your examination. So you have to prepare notes and read properly and ready for your examination. And you should share the link to your friends to subscribe. Thank you all.